EA Sports, within the game.
Yeah, that was a heck of a pass. I mean, you can just hear that ball sizzling in the air.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Toronto Huskies and the San Francisco 49ers. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Santa Clara. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Here's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And
Nigga.
that time as that one falls to the ground. This offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some of the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, but something like 4 of the last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Huskies' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the
Hey,
field
Reed,
now
don't
as they
feed
will
into
send
it,
this one
bro.
away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Huskies are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, into a sea of defenders, and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
What, bro?
They'll try and run for it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. That's out to the left flat and complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Back to throw again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Niners will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be straight.
Yo, you just got saved by the fucking gods, nigga.
He's putting the game in jeopardy.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third down, Fields. In trouble, and he's taken down. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here we go on fourth down, Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 102 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Four yards to go on second down from the 7. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a... And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Huskies have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days.
Oh, my God.
Playbook, you know, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go. Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
This defense is certainly far in this game, and the coverage has been tight.
Like saying,
every throw. First a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
You said what?
I said, it look like you over there smoking his eye. You might be high.
No.
They snap it to Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for the third time. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more.
I hate that joint. I ain't even throw it.
Getting it down to the 10. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their
I'd be
head
mad
movement.
right
In this
there,
case,
man. You that
he
right
just
there.
steered the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Huskies are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Fields on 1st down. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
On 4th down, Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, And they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. This is caught. Touchdown. Herb Smith Jr. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Huskies will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But
Bro,
so far,
you can't do shit, bro.
They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Huskies have taken a 6-touchdown lead. The York on now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick
over there
on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the defense. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Swinging this out for Pollard. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. So now after the face mask penalty, here's first and goal. Now a give here to Pollard. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Fields. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Fields now to throw. Rolling to his right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Oh my God, why they keep doing that though?
My goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Run for Pollard. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now it's Fields.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
That will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here is another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, not only is this defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 29,
Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Nick Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And this offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for it.
And my goodness, another interception.
Darren Stingley picks it.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
151 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Huskies add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Now Fields.
Bro, they not letting me pick the ball off, bro.
And now here is another
What the fuck?
Picked off by Lewis Seen. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
The York now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Fields.
That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders.
To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
From the 36,
Fields.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Lewis Seen.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because There is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment,
Hey, Dave, what's up with your man?
quite well.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a